Your bedroom should be the most restorative room in your home. The place you walk into at the end of a hard day and feel your whole body exhale. The place that signals to your brain that the demands of the world are done and rest is beginning. But for most American women, the bedroom is actually one of the most stressful rooms in the house. There is laundry on the chair. There are things on the nightstand that have no business being there. The bed is unmade by 10 in the morning and stays that way until you collapse into it at night. Surfaces collect random items that drifted in from other rooms and never left. And every time you walk in, instead of feeling restored, you feel a quiet guilt that never fully goes away. Here is what Japanese culture understands that we do not. The bedroom is not just a room where you sleep. It is the room where your nervous system recovers. And a disordered bedroom actively works against that recovery, whether you are consciously aware of it or not. Japanese bedrooms are kept in a specific way for a specific reason, not for aesthetics, not for guests, for the person who sleeps there. And the method they use to maintain that state requires exactly 5 minutes a day. No weekend sessions, no deep cleans. 5 minutes, applied at the right moments, and the bedroom stays permanently tidy. Today, I am going to show you exactly how. Before we fix the bedroom, we need to understand why it gets the way it does. Because the bedroom chaos most of us live with is not random. It follows a very predictable pattern. And understanding that pattern is the first step to breaking it. The bedroom becomes a dumping ground for one primary reason. It is a private room. Nobody sees it but you. And because nobody sees it, the social motivation that keeps public rooms reasonably tidy disappears entirely. The living room gets straightened because guests might come. The kitchen gets wiped because family moves through it all day. But the bedroom is behind a closed door. And behind closed doors, the standards we hold publicly tend to collapse. This is not a character flaw. It is completely human. But it creates a specific problem, because while nobody else sees the bedroom, you see it. Every morning when you wake up, every evening when you go to sleep, and every time you walk in during the day. The disorder is invisible to the world, but completely visible to you. And it costs you something every single time you see it: a small drain of mental energy, a low-grade sense of being behind, a subtle signal from your environment that things are not under control. Japanese bedroom culture addresses this with a principle that has nothing to do with discipline and everything to do with design. You do not rely on motivation to keep the bedroom tidy. You build a system so simple and so frictionless that tidiness becomes the path of least resistance, rather than something that requires effort. In Japan, the bedroom serves one primary purpose above all others: rest. And everything about how a Japanese bedroom is set up, what is in it, what is on the surfaces, what happens in it beyond sleeping, is filtered through that single purpose. This comes from a concept called ma, the Japanese principle of intentional space. In Japanese design, what you leave out of a room is just as important as what you put in. Empty space is not wasted space. It is breathing room. It is the visual and physical equivalent of silence. And just as silence allows sound to be heard more clearly, empty space allows rest to happen more deeply. A Japanese bedroom typically has very little in it: the bed, perhaps one small nightstand with only what is used nightly, a place for clothing that is not the floor or a chair, and clear surfaces, not decorated surfaces, not storage surfaces, genuinely clear surfaces that give the eyes and the mind nowhere to catch and nothing to process. This is not about having less money or less taste. It is about understanding that the bedroom environment directly affects sleep quality, stress levels, and how rested you feel when you wake up. Research consistently confirms what Japanese culture has practiced for centuries. A visually calm bedroom produces measurably better sleep and lower morning cortisol than a cluttered one. Now let me give you the actual practical system. 5 minutes per day divided across 2 specific moments, morning and evening, that together keep the bedroom in a permanently tidy state without ever requiring a dedicated bedroom cleaning session. The 2-minute morning routine. The moment you get out of bed, you do 2 things before leaving the bedroom. You make the bed completely and you do a 30-second surface check. Making the bed is non-negotiable in Japanese bedroom culture, and the reason is not neatness for its own sake. It is that an unmade bed makes the entire bedroom look disordered regardless of how tidy everything else is. The bed is the largest visual element in the room. When it is unmade, it dominates the space with chaos. When it is made, it anchors the room with calm. 2 minutes every morning before you leave the room. The surface check takes 30 seconds. A quick visual scan of the nightstand, the dresser, any other surface in the room. Anything that does not belong there gets picked up and moved to where it actually belongs, not later, right now, in those 30 seconds before you leave. This prevents the accumulation of random items on bedroom surfaces that is the most common source of bedroom disorder. These two actions together take 2 minutes. They happen before you leave the bedroom in the morning, and they mean that every time you walk back into your bedroom during the day, it is already in a calm and ordered state. The 3-minute evening reset. Before you get into bed at night, 3 minutes of intentional reset. First, anything that found its way into the bedroom during the day gets returned to where it belongs. The phone charger that migrated from the kitchen, the book that came in from the living room, the item of clothing that landed on the chair. Everything that is not a permanent resident of the bedroom leaves or goes to its proper place within the bedroom. Second, tomorrow's outfit gets decided and placed. This is a specifically Japanese habit that serves two purposes. It eliminates the morning decision that often leads to clothes being tried on, rejected, and left on the bed or chair. And it means that tomorrow morning you are not going into your closet and pulling things out in a rush that leaves the bedroom looking ransacked before the day has even started. Third, the nightstand gets cleared to only what you actually use at night. A glass of water. A book if you read before sleeping. Your phone if you need it for an alarm. Nothing else. The nightstand is the last thing you see before you sleep and the first thing you see when you wake up. 3 minutes. Every evening before you get into bed, and you wake up every morning to a room that is already calm. I need to address something specifically because it is the single biggest source of bedroom disorder in American homes, and it does not get talked about enough. The chair. You know the one. Every bedroom in America has it. The chair that was meant for sitting but has never been sat in because it is always covered in clothes. Clothes that are not dirty enough for the laundry but not clean enough to go back in the closet. The in-between clothes that have no designated home and so they live on the chair permanently, accumulating in layers until the chair becomes a textile mountain that you simply stop seeing. Japanese bedrooms do not have the clothing chair problem, not because Japanese people do not have in-between clothes, but because they have solved the underlying problem that creates it, the lack of a designated home for worn but not dirty clothing. The Japanese solution is simple: a small hook on the inside of the closet door or a dedicated single hook on the bedroom wall, designated specifically for one item of in-between clothing. One item, not a chair, not a pile. One hook, one item. When a new item needs to go there, the previous item either goes back in the closet or into the laundry. The system physically cannot accumulate beyond one item because there is only space for one. This single change eliminates the clothing chair entirely. No chair needed, no pile possible. The in-between clothes problem is solved with one hook and one rule. Here is exactly what to do starting today. This evening, spend 15 minutes doing a one-time bedroom reset. Not a deep clean, a reset. Remove everything from your bedroom surfaces that does not genuinely belong there. Find a home for the in-between clothes situation. One hook. Installed today. Clear your nightstand down to only what you actually use at night. Remove from the bedroom anything that is not related to rest, sleep, or getting dressed. This one-time reset is the foundation. You only need to do it once. After that, the 5-minute daily system maintains it permanently. Tomorrow morning, make your bed the moment you get up. Do the 30-second surface check before you leave the room. Notice how different it feels to come back to your bedroom during the day. Tomorrow evening, do the 3-minute reset before bed. Return what drifted in. Decide tomorrow's outfit. Clear the nightstand. Notice how different it feels to get into bed when the room around you is already calm. Do this for 1 week without skipping a single day. By the end of that week, the habits will have started to form. By the end of 2 weeks, they will feel automatic. And you will have a bedroom that functions the way a bedroom should, as the most restorative room in your home, maintained effortlessly by 5 minutes of daily intention divided across the moments when it matters most. Your bedroom should work for you. Starting tonight, it will.